If you're over 50 and your vision has been getting progressively blurrier, especially first thing in the morning, there's something you absolutely need to hear. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to sound strange at first, maybe even unbelievable, but stay with me for the next few seconds. There is a scientifically documented microscopic parasite that lives inside the eyes of millions of older adults, and most people have absolutely no idea it's even there. They blame their blurry vision on age or strain or just getting older. But what if the real problem is something much, much deeper, something that's actually alive inside your eyes right now? And what if I told you that certain natural foods you already have at home can help weaken and eliminate this parasite literally overnight while you sleep? Look, I know that sounds dramatic, but once you understand how this organism works, how it hides, how it spreads, and how it triggers the exact symptoms you've been experiencing for years, this will all start to make perfect sense. And by the end of this video, you're going to know the 5 specific foods that attack this parasite at the root, when to eat them, and the simple protocol that seniors are using to wake up with noticeably clearer vision in as little as 72 hours. But before I give you the list, you need to understand what you're really dealing with. Because this isn't random blurriness, this isn't just age, and it's definitely not something glasses alone can fix. If anything, glasses only hide the real problem while the parasite continues doing damage behind the scenes. So let me ask you something. Have you noticed halos around headlights at night, almost like glowing rings? Do your eyes feel dry, irritated, or gritty when you wake up, even though you slept fine? Do you sometimes have difficulty focusing on text and the letters seem to swim or blur until you blink multiple times? Have you noticed increased sensitivity to light, especially screens? Maybe you felt pressure behind the eyes, mild headaches around the temples, or a weird sense that your vision is getting worse faster than it used to. If any of these sound familiar, pay attention, because these happen to be the exact early signs of a microscopic organism known as Demodex, or more specifically, Demodex brevis, a tiny parasitic mite that lives inside your eyelash follicles and the oil glands around your eyes. And before you panic, let me explain what that really means, because understanding this is the key to reversing your vision issues naturally and effectively. Demodex mites are invisible to the naked eye. You can't feel them crawling, you can't see them, you don't know they're there. But they feed on the oils around your eyelids, lay eggs inside your follicles, and release waste products that trigger inflammation around the surface of your eye. Now here's where it gets concerning. As you get older, especially after age 50, your immune response slows down dramatically. These mites multiply faster, live longer, and spread across the eyelid margins in much higher numbers. Studies show that more than 60% of adults over 50 have a moderate to severe Demodex infestation without even realizing it. And the symptoms mimic all the things people assume are just aging, like morning blurriness, tearing, irritation, redness, and difficulty focusing. The problem is that conventional medicine rarely checks for this. Your doctor might test your pressure, your prescription, or your retina health, but almost nobody looks at your follicles under a microscope. And that means this parasite can quietly build up for years, sometimes decades, before anyone catches it. Now here's the part that most people never hear about. These mites don't just irritate the surface of your eye. Their waste products and bacterial byproducts can actually trigger inflammation deeper inside the eye. That inflammation disrupts your tear film, the thin layer that keeps vision crisp and clear. When the tear film breaks down, your vision becomes blurry, smeary, and inconsistent. Sound familiar? But here's the wild part. These parasites are most active at night. When you lie down and fall asleep, they begin moving, feeding, mating, and releasing waste. And that's why so many people wake up with blurry vision, irritation, or a gritty sensation. It's not random. It's overnight activity from a parasite problem nobody talks about. But here's the good news, and it's very good news. There are natural compounds found in everyday foods that weaken these mites, disrupt their reproduction cycle, reduce inflammation, and strengthen the tear film so your vision becomes clearer, sharper, and more stable. And when you combine these specific foods with proper nighttime timing, you essentially create a hostile environment for the parasites while your eye's under repair. It's like attacking the root cause while your body does the rest. That's why some seniors report clearer morning vision in as little as 72 hours after starting this protocol. Now you're about to learn exactly which foods work, how to use them, and when to take them for maximum effect. But before that, you need to understand why these foods work at all. Because there are three major mechanisms happening inside your eyes right now: parasite overgrowth, inflammation from their waste products, and nighttime tear film breakdown. If you don't address all three, nothing you do will create lasting improvement. Glasses won't help, eye drops only mask symptoms, and prescription solutions often have side effects that make the underlying dryness and irritation even worse. So what's the real solution? It starts with feeding your eyes compounds that make it harder for the parasites to survive while boosting your natural repair cycle. So let's get into the 5 foods that eliminate this parasite naturally while restoring your vision clarity. And remember, these aren't random health foods. Each one targets a specific part of the parasite's life cycle or strengthens a specific weakness in your eye. And the timing matters. You have to eat these foods in a particular window to get the overnight repair effect. Let's start with the first food, garlic, but not just any garlic. We're talking about crushed, raw garlic, which releases a compound called allicin. Allicin is one of the most powerful natural anti-parasitic compounds on the planet. It disrupts the nervous systems of microscopic mites, weakening their ability to reproduce and survive. Seniors who consume garlic at night report reduced morning irritation within days. But here's the twist. Garlic must be crushed, then allowed to sit for at least 10 minutes before eating. This activates the allicin fully. And consuming it 1 hour before bed floods your bloodstream with anti-parasite compounds during the exact window when mites are most active. The second food is pumpkin seeds. These seeds contain high amounts of zinc and a compound called cucurbitacin, which paralyzes parasites and disrupts their ability to cling to eyelash follicles. Pumpkin seeds also reduce inflammation in the meibomian glands, helping stabilize your tear film. But you need to eat them at night, one small handful about 45 minutes before sleep. The zinc also plays a role in photoreceptor repair, which means you're improving both the root cause and the clarity of your vision at the same time. The third food is pineapple, but not for the reasons you might expect. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme that breaks down the biofilm parasites use to protect themselves. You see, Demodex mites create a thin layer of bacterial shield around their colonies, which makes them incredibly hard to eliminate. Bromelain disrupts that shield, making them vulnerable to your immune system and other natural compounds. Eating 1 cup of fresh pineapple, not canned, 30 minutes before bed provides a burst of bromelain during the nighttime window when parasites are exposed. And here's a surprising bonus. Bromelain increases circulation in the tiny vessels around the eyes, improving oxygen flow and accelerating repair. The fourth food is tart cherries. But this one works differently. Tart cherries contain high levels of natural melatonin. Melatonin is not just a sleep hormone. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compound that supports nighttime retinal repair. Seniors with low melatonin levels show dramatically higher rates of tear film breakdown, dry eyes, and blurry morning vision. Eating tart cherries or drinking tart cherry juice before bed provides a natural melatonin boost that strengthens your tear film and makes the environment much less hospitable to Demodex activity. In fact, one clinical study found that melatonin reduces parasite movement by up to 40%. So you're not just sleeping better, you're reducing nighttime parasite activity directly. And now for the fifth and most powerful food, cloves. Cloves contain the highest natural concentration of eugenol, a compound that literally destroys parasite eggs. Remember, eliminating adult mites isn't enough. You must stop the eggs from hatching or the cycle starts all over again. Eugenol penetrates follicle openings and prevents larvae from maturing. The best way to use cloves? Steep them in warm water to make a simple clove tea, drink it before bed, and let the compounds circulate during the exact window when eggs typically hatch. Seniors who combine garlic, pumpkin seeds, pineapple, tart cherries, and clove tea report dramatically improved morning clarity, reduced redness, less irritation, and sharper focus, often within the first week. And when used consistently for 30 to 60 days, many people notice deeper improvements like reduced glare from headlights, stronger night vision, and a more stable focus throughout the day. Now let's talk about how to put this together into a single nightly routine, because the order and timing matter. You want to start 90 minutes before bed. First, crush 1 clove of garlic and leave it exposed for 10 minutes. After that, eat it with a small sip of water. After 15 minutes, eat a handful of pumpkin seeds. After another 15 minutes, eat a cup of fresh pineapple. Then, 30 minutes before bed, drink 4 ounces of tart cherry juice or eat a small handful of tart cherries. And finally, 10 minutes before lying down, drink clove tea made from steeping 6 to 8 whole cloves in warm water for at least 10 minutes. This sequence creates a layered attack that weakens adult mites, breaks down their biofilm, paralyzes them, prevents their reproduction, and supports tear film stability and nighttime retinal repair. And yes, your body really can feel different in 72 hours. Seniors report waking up with less fog, fewer halos, sharper clarity, and dramatically more comfortable eyes. But here's the part that matters most. If you want long-term results, consistency is everything. Parasite cycles run in 14-day waves, so you need to follow this protocol nightly for at least 3 weeks to break the cycle completely. And don't worry, the foods are safe, natural, and beneficial for your overall health. You're not taking pills, chemicals, or anything synthetic. You're simply giving your body what it needs to create a hostile environment for parasites and a supportive environment for healing. And here's something fascinating. When seniors eliminate parasite overgrowth, their glasses prescription often stops getting worse year after year. Some even improve, because you're no longer fighting constant inflammation or tear film disruptions. Your eyes finally get the chance to function normally. Imagine waking up 6 months from now with eyes that feel comfortable, hydrated, and clear. You look at your phone and the text is sharp. You drive at night without fear, without squinting at headlights. You see your loved ones' faces with crisp detail, the way you used to. That's what happens when you remove the microscopic barrier that's been interfering with your vision for years. And listen, this isn't medical advice. It's educational information based on scientific research, dermatology studies, and decades of observation. Always talk with your doctor if you're on medications or have underlying conditions. But understand this. Your eyes are designed to heal, and when you remove the parasite burden and support nighttime repair, they often heal far more quickly than you expect. Because your vision decline wasn't inevitable aging, it was stress, inflammation, and microscopic overgrowth, and now you know exactly how to address it. So here's what I want you to do tonight. Start simple. Don't overthink it. Crush 1 clove of garlic, let it sit, eat it, follow it with pineapple and pumpkin seeds, add the tart cherries, drink the clove tea, and go to bed. Do that for the next 3 nights and notice how your morning vision feels. Then come back here and comment. Did the halos improve? Did the morning fog reduce? Did your eyes feel less irritated? I read every single comment, and your feedback helps me create more videos that actually help you. And listen, if this video helped you understand your vision better, hit the like button so YouTube shows this to more seniors who are struggling silently. And make sure you subscribe, because next week I'm revealing the real connection between insulin resistance and worsening eyesight, and most doctors never mention it. Trust me, you do not want to miss that one. Thanks for watching. Take care of your eyes, and I'll see you in the next video.